All right, here we go. It is the San Francisco 49ers Report. It's right here on Chat Sports, and I'm Chase Sr. No matter where you are or how you're tuned in, as always, greatly appreciate all of your support of the best and go-to Niners channel here on YouTube. Here's what we have coming your way on the docket for today's program. A lot of significant 49ers injury news to get to. We'll get to the latest on Javon Kinlaw, and Kyle Shanahan yesterday was pressed about who will be his quarterback in 2023. He was non-committal, telling for a couple of reasons. I'll explain why coming up here in just a few moments. Let's begin on the injury front because San Francisco is the hottest team in football. They've won 8 games in a row, and they're getting healthier heading into the final 2 weeks of the regular season. So with Elijah Mitchell, been unfortunate for him in his sophomore campaign. Only played in 4 games this year because of 2 separate knee injuries, meniscus in the right, meniscus in the left. But he's getting close to a return. And Kyle Shanahan said on Monday that he has had no setbacks. His practice window could open up late this week, potentially next week, so that maybe he could join the 49ers active roster for the final game of the regular season against the Arizona Cardinals, but maybe err on this right side of the parameter there, and you decide to activate him for week 1 of the playoffs in the wild card round at Levi's Stadium. And for Elijah Mitchell, when he is healthy, which has been the biggest problem for him since coming out of Louisiana, he's one of the best backup running backs in the NFL. And when he does play and when he is active on this roster, the 49ers collectively have one of the better running back rooms in the National Football League. And take a look at his career stats. 15 games so far. And again, was injured during his rookie campaign. Only a couple of games this year, but this is the type of player that he is and can be if he can just escape the injury misfortune, because this is basically a season-long sample size here. 247 carries, almost 1,200 yards, nearly 5 yards per carry and 5 touchdowns. What I love about Elijah Mitchell, he always finds a way to pick up positive yards. And with him on the roster, this is what this 49ers running back depth chart can look like. Christian McCaffrey, Elijah Mitchell, Jordan Mason, Ty Davis-Price in that 4 spot, and then Tevin Coleman here and there if you want to elevate him from the practice squad. So that right there, one of the best running back rooms in the NFL, and Elijah Mitchell, one of the best backup running backs in the NFL. So you get him back for the playoffs, yet another weapon for Kyle Shanahan to use in this offense. Now it is Raiders week with this game coming up on Sunday, and the 49ers report, the Raiders report, having a big competition all throughout the week, especially when it comes to subscribers. So this week alone, the 49ers report has picked up 142 new subscribers. The Raiders report, 35 more. So we want to catch up to them there. And of course, at some point, someday down the road, the Raiders report closing in on 130,000 subscribers. The Niners report 72,000. We know who owns the Bay. We know what the better organization is. It's San Francisco. Let's make the 49ers report the better channel as well. From Elijah Mitchell to Deebo Samuel, the injury at the time against the Bucs looked ugly. It looked nightmarish. It looked as though at the time he was going to be lost for the season. It's not going to be the case. And like Elijah Mitchell, probably going to be back for the playoffs, if not the end of the regular season. Deebo progressing well in his rehab, could also, like Eli, return to practice later this week. And for Deebo Samuel this year, not quite the MVP type of player that he was in 2021, where he put this offense on his back, bailed him out numerous times, and was one of the best overall football players that we've seen over the last several years. This year, though, even with some injuries and missing time, it's still been a really good season after he got the bag. 54 catches still, despite missing that time. 612 yards, 41 carries, 228 yards rushing. That's good for about 6 yards per pop, and he has 5 total touchdowns on the year. So has he been as good as he was last year? No, partially because he got off to that slow start, was banged up a little bit. I think the Niners have done a better job of dispersing the football. But the hottest team in the NFL, getting Elijah Mitchell, Deebo Samuel back, it's great news for this football team, as really they're playing unbelievable football right now on the offensive and defensive side of the football. And with the playoffs coming up in the near horizon, the 49ers are only getting healthier, more dangerous, more potent, and more stronger as the season progresses. And I thought that it was absolutely awesome that after that game on Christmas Eve, Kyle Shanahan had no new injuries to report on. Now, speaking of the Niners right now, they're in an interesting spot here in the NFC. third seed going into Week 17, behind the Philadelphia Eagles and the Minnesota Vikings, the Bucks, Cowboys, Giants, and Commanders behind them, with the Green Bay Packers making a sneaky little push for a playoff spot. Which team, though, in the NFC is the biggest threat to the San Francisco 49ers? Give me a team name down below in the comment section. Now, Kyle Shanahan, non-committal for who his quarterback is going to be in 2023. We'll get to that around the corner. First, let's tell you about Fetch Rewards. You can earn points on any receipt from any store or restaurant with the Fetch app if you head to chatsports.com/fetch. And upon scanning your first receipt, when using that link and the promo code CHAT, you get 5,000 bonus points back. That's equivalent to a free $5 gift card. And the app, super easy to use. It's also free. You can earn rewards on literally anything that you buy. Scan any physical receipt or e-receipt, and you will earn points for your purchases, and the process only takes seconds. You don't have to worry about where the receipt is from or what's on it. We're showing you here how simple the app is to use. You open up the Fetch app, you hit that orange camera button, snap a photo of your receipt, the confetti pops. You can also click the e-receipt function to get rewarded for all of your Amazon purchases or other online shopping by syncing your email account. If you do sync your email account, by the way, you can get points back for the super chats that you send us. Fetch is available on iPhone and Android, so use our link, chatsports.com/fetch. Promo code CHAT to sign up for 5,000 points when you scan your first receipt. That is the equivalent of a free $5 gift card. So to summarize it all, get rewarded for all of your shopping, even though the holiday season is in the rear view. Earn free rewards on everything that you buy with the best rewards app. It's called Fetch. Now let's get to Javon Kinlaw. Then we'll talk about Kyle Shanahan and the quarterback situation for this franchise going into 2023. Kinlaw played 13 snaps against the Commanders on Saturday. First action since week 3 because of these knee injuries that continue to really just hurt and damage his career. It's unfortunate because the guy is just a physical load. Had a big goal line stop on 4th and 1 against Washington where he absorbed the double team and Fred Warner was able to make that tackle to stop Washington from converting that first down and potentially scoring a touchdown. And in Kyle Shanahan's evaluation of the former first-round pick, he said this: "It seemed like Javon Kinlaw did well. We were trying to play him 10 to 15 plays. I think on that last drive, I asked where he was at because he went in there, but he was only at 13 at the time. So I think he got his 2 more and came out and came up to me on the sidelines asking if he could play more. The snap counts for us, I tallied 13. He said he feels good, and I said it's not about how you feel today. It's about we want to see you play more next week and the following week." So it seemed like a success for his first day back, and no new injuries for Javon Kinlaw either. And for Kinlaw, saw it at South Carolina on the film. You've seen it when he's actually been able to be on the field for the Niners. He's a physical force. Unfortunately, physically, he hasn't held up throughout his career since being that first-round pick alongside Brandon Ayuk. And it's unfortunate because we know what this team philosophy is for San Francisco. They like to build along the trenches, and you saw against Washington, they overwhelmed them in the trenches. More than 30 pressures as compared to Washington's 4. Offensive line, defensive line, those are really the backbones of your team outside of quarterback. And for Kinlaw, he has all the talent in the world. Unfortunately for him, his health just hasn't been able to maintain throughout his career so far. A reminder, it is Raiders week, as we said, and we will be doing a watch party for this game on Sunday. Super chat competition, sub competition. It's going to get real on Sunday between the Niners Report and the Raiders Report. Let's get the dub on the field and here within the walls of Chat Sports. Subscribe, turn on your noties, make sure you join us. So what is the quarterback plan? With the way that Brock Purdy has been playing in 2023, Kyle Shanahan played it really safe and coy when asked what the Niners will do at quarterback next year. Let's get to what he said, and then I have some thoughts on that. So Kyle Shanahan on the future quarterback plan. No, I don't even know what year it is after the season is over. I'm trying to think about how to get Brock Purdy ready for Wednesday. That's a great question, but honestly, I don't look ahead like that. We have a number of big games in front of us. And for Kyle Shanahan, right, he should be focusing on the now, and he should be focusing on the season. San Francisco has won 8 straight ball games. They're the hottest team in the NFL by far, and they have as legit of an opportunity to win their 6th Super Bowl as they've had over the last several years, even going back to 2019 and the Harbaugh days, because those teams maybe not as deep and as good as this one. But at the same time, I can tell you this, right? The play of Brock Purdy has surprised everybody. Niners fans worldwide, as this is one of the largest fan bases in the world for professional sports. It surprised everybody in Santa Clara within this organization and this coaching staff as well. And the play of Brock certainly has the Niners thinking about the future and whether or not he can be a long-term starter and what the plan is going to be for Trey Lance. Because what Purdy's done in his first 3 starts, 3+ games, is magnificent. It's shocking. It's wild. It's one of the craziest stories that we've seen in recent time. 3-0, completing 67% of his passes, 8 touchdowns to 3 picks. One of those interceptions coming in garbage time against the Kansas City Chiefs. But nobody envisioned Mr. Irrelevant, the final pick of the draft, coming in, playing like he has, and being able to maintain this level of play for this entire offense and having the Niners in a position to win a Super Bowl with a rookie quarterback. But the play of Brock Purdy has inspired his teammates, and it's instilled confidence in this coaching staff as well as this fan base because he's been legitimately that good. Footwork, accuracy, timing, anticipation, everything. And what's interesting about what Shanahan said, there was no clear commitment to Trey Lance. He could have come out and said, yeah, Trey's going to be our starting quarterback in 2023. That's what we're doing. But the play of Purdy has made everybody rethink what the future of the quarterback position looks like for this franchise. And if you're at home right now saying, or on the road watching us, wherever you are, oh, it was a bust to move up and waste all that draft capital to select Trey Lance. Look, if he doesn't work out, he doesn't work out. That's fine. You got to take risks in the business world, and that's what the Niners did. But if they hit on Brock Purdy and their evaluation was that good with the final pick, then it's all worth it at the end of the day. All I care about, having a quarterback for this franchise, and I think that both of these guys will be able to play. So pick a quarterback in 2023. Who is it? Trey Lance, TL. Brock Purdy, BP. Let us know. As always, appreciate all of y'all for tuning into the 49ers Report.